Hello again, and a warm welcome to this week's Bulletin of Engineering Information from the IBA. Today, more on Fastext. We take a trip to Oracle's headquarters in London, Soho. Plus the usual roundup of transmitter news, including Channel 4 editions, and details of new relays at Clennon Valley and South Brent in Devon. Stay with us.
After last week's announcements, we broadcast a trade promotion for Fastext, the latest development in teletext to hit the consumer market. Not surprisingly, that promotion was bright, glossy, optimistic, and with the emphasis on certain attractive features. Not very helpfully, the trade press has carried new product information, giving sales points which completely missed the real point of Fastext. Somewhere in the middle lies the truth, and to find out, Bruce Randall consulted the Oracle at its London headquarters and first asked what the system was trying to achieve.
Well, Fastext is a way of linking pages together on Oracle. We provide the viewers with prompts at the bottom of the screen, which gives them options to move to additional pages, either related pages or pages or perhaps to another section within Oracle.
And this is all automatic? The viewer doesn't have to know anything about the numbers?
No, not indeed. We input all that information here, and the television set itself will display at the bottom of the screen a line of prompts, colour-coded prompts or signposts, and the viewer can then select an option from those prompts instantly.
And how many of these instant options are there?
Well, there are 3 instant options altogether. There is a 4th one which is also identified on the screen, and the set will be able to dial the page number for that particular page.
The light blue
It's
colour?
a cyan prompt, yeah. Yes, at the right-hand end of that bottom line. There's also an index key as well. The user can press that to go back to the section index from a particular page, and from a section index back to the main index.
Can you actually go back as well?
Only through that index key.
So it's a forward progressing.
Yes, it's to try and to allow people to move forward quickly and easily through the Oracle pages.
All right. So what do you actually have to do here to make the whole thing work?
Well, I actually input all the information that's required for the TV set to work in this way. So we actually have to tell it the page numbers it's got to look for and store.
Could we see an example?
Yes, this is an Oracle page as the viewer would see it. Now, to add some Fastext to it, this page is Fastext control page. In here we can actually put in all the details of the pages that this particular page is routed to. So this is the page number for the page the viewer would get if they hit the red button, and so on, down to...
So you've worked all this out earlier on?
Yes, it's all been worked out already, yes.
And the index is not the main index, of course?
No, it's just the index for this particular section.
Right.
So having put those numbers in, we now need to input the actual prompts as they will appear on the screen.
But this would only appear on a Fastext set?
It will, yes, it will only appear on a Fastext set. So we've now worked out what we actually want to put onto this page. So we now tell the computer, and that page is now being transmitted with its Fastext information.
Mike, we've seen what Fastext actually does as far as the viewer is concerned, but how does it actually work without getting us too deeply in with bits and bytes?
Well, very simply, we have an additional set of rows that are transmitted along with the normal page. A page consists of 24 visible rows that the ordinary set can receive, but there are an additional set of rows, up to 32, but we don't show all 32. So from rows 24 to 32, we have the ability to send additional data.
And you're sending just the information for which pages are actually needed to be put into the receiver?
Yes, in relationship purely to Fastext, we send additional data on those rows, which control the way the receiver will capture certain pages and install those in that receiver's memory.
Now, we've already seen on the market for several months now sets with 6 or even 8 memories. What's the difference between those and Fastext receivers?
Well, the current sets with the additional memory use mainly a sequential method. There's no intelligence in those sets, and they will capture data, usually in a sequential method. The first page is captured and they increment the address and go to the next page. What we can do with Fastext and with the more intelligent sets that are now on the market is we can actually manipulate how it's going to use its memory, what pages it's going to capture, and the sequence in which those will be displayed.
Now, access times has always been the big criticism of teletext. Is this going to be the answer? Is it going to alleviate that criticism?
We hope so, certainly to some great extent. It will enable us to sort of second guess the next page that the user may want to access and have that ready in memory for them to capture. And it will also save a lot of fumbling with the buttons and remembering numbers, and that should make access much quicker.
This isn't going to stop any progress towards quicker access times?
No, indeed. It's always it's a balance between the number of pages we have on the system and the number of lines we're allowed to use for teletext transmission, and we hope to gain extra lines for that use and trade off that balance between an increased size of data.
Does the extra Fastext data actually slow the system down at all?
Not in any sort of perceivable sense. I've done some quick calculations this afternoon, and I think at worst case at the moment it might introduce about a 2% loading on the system, which would not be visible. But it's a very careful balance, and in many instances it has no effect at all on the system. So I think that's a fair trade-off.
Mike Farrell at Oracle, and Fastext receivers should become generally available over the next month or two, with more manufacturers bringing out suitably equipped models. Let's hope this proves to be a popular new feature of teletext. Most pages now have Fastext links, and we understand that the BBC are working along similar lines.
Still with teletext, and our own transmitter pages are on the move again. Just the main set on 597. They'll be moving to 697 from tomorrow. But there'll be a new style of presentation and a more in-depth service of transmitter information. It should also be quicker to find the bit that you want, even without Fastext. The regional page 297 on ITV stays put, but it will carry more detail on matters relevant to the area concerned.
Transmitter news now, starting with ILR frequency changes. As part of the reorganisation of Band 2, the VHF transmitters of West Sound changed yesterday. Darvel from 96.2 to 96.7 MHz and Girvan from 97.1 to 97.5.
Special announcements, and in South West Wales, Preseli will be on reduced power on Thursday until 5 p.m, and there could be short breaks in transmission during the afternoon. This is for maintenance work on the feeders. At Dundee, the Radio Tay VHF transmitter will be liable to interruption this Friday for final commissioning and switching over to a new transmitting aerial. The work is weather dependent.
New relays now, and in Paynton, Clennon Valley is expected on the air later this week. The relay will cover about 1,100 people in difficult parts of Clennon Valley, in Totnes Road and up to Winner Street. Programmes from TSW and TVAM will be on Channel 49, with Channel 4 on 42. Vertically polarised Group B aerials should be used. That's Clennon Valley and Torbay, due on the air later this week.
Also due this week, near Buckfastleigh, South Brent. This relay is for nearly 500 people in southern outskirts of South Brent, Brent Mill and Higher Turtley. Regional ITV will be from TSW on Channel 43, with Channel 4 on 50. The aerial group is B, vertically polarised. South Brent is expected to come on air later this week.
Channel 4 next, and one more existing relay now on air, Avening in Gloucestershire. The channel is 47 and it's for 800 people. Due this week in the Forest of Dean, Lidbrook on Channel 50, and in Wiltshire, Till Valley also on 50, and Chisbury on 52. Expected next week on the Shetlands, Swinister and Balter Sound on 65 and 49 respectively, and Cragvale in West Yorkshire on Channel 54.
And that's all for this week. And if you have any technical queries on independent television or local radio, do contact us. Our address, Engineering Information Service, Independent Broadcasting Authority, Crawley Court, Winchester, Hampshire, postcode SO21 2QA. You can telephone our inquiry office on Winchester, area code 0962 822444. If it's cheaper, you can dial our London number 584 7011 and ask for engineering information. We'll be back again next Tuesday at 9:15 and also at 12:15 in all regions except Wales. So, from Maury Nicholson and from me, John Lovell, goodbye until next week.